Hey guys, this is Erica with Not Your Average EDC, and today I'm going to go through the knife models that I have in my collection and talk about what I don't like about each model, if there is anything at all. So we will start with the Reeve Small and Cosy. This is one that I put through testing. There's not too much that I don't like about this knife. The ergonomics work perfect for me, but if you have larger hands, these may not work for you. The pocket clip is a little flimsy. I do like the blade shape, but what I don't like is the coating, because as you can see, that has completely come off from here to here. It's not very durable at all. It completely wore off on a lot of spots during my testing, so that's one thing that I dislike about this knife. And also the thumb studs are not comfortable to use. This is the Reeve Small Sebenza 21. I do have the 31 as well, but they're basically the same thing. And I'm not going to show the 31 because I'm going to save that for my review. I do like this blade shape as well, although I have had trouble sharpening this portion of the blade. I'm not really sure why. It just doesn't want to come up sharp for me sometimes. I didn't like the pocket clip, so I took it off and put this in instead. Overall, I really enjoy this knife, and there's not too much I don't like about it, but again, thumb stud, not really a winner. But I do like the ergonomics on this better than the Cosy. And this one has been carried a lot. Let's talk about the Benchmade Sequel. This is an awesome little knife that is super underrated, most likely because it's discontinued. It does have some sharper edges on it, which I don't approve of. The inlays don't give you any grip whatsoever. I think they're kind of just cosmetic. The blade shape is perfect and super easy to sharpen. There's not too much about this knife that I dislike. And it's a really nice size, too. Mini grip. We all love a good mini grip, right? Obviously, my biggest issue with the mini grip would be the scales that it comes with. These plastic ones are cheap feeling. I don't mind them, but I know a lot of people hate them, and I don't mind them because I have other options of the same knife with different scales. So I think if I only had the plastic, I would really not like it, but because I have numerous models with custom scales, it helps. So kind of a half and half on the plastic scales. I do like how they are a little thicker. Like, a lot of people like thinner knives, and I actually like how thick these are because it just fills the hand better. But aside from the plastic scales on the mini grip, there's not really much to dislike about it, in my opinion. Especially with that awesome M4 blade, dudes. Check that out. That's some gnarly patina right there. Alright. Let's go to one of my favorites, Emerson Mini A100. I really don't know if there's anything about this knife that I don't like, because this is my favorite, all-time favorite EDC work knife. This one is fully decked out, as you can see. So if you're wondering why I would deck it all out if I liked everything about it, well, it's because I have this one too. So this one is stock, and I genuinely like the stock one just as much as the fully modded one, so it still applies. This one is new, and I haven't used it yet because I've been testing other stuff, but yeah, this one has a little disc, G10 scales, fully stock, and I love it. There's genuinely nothing I would change about this knife at all. This is the ultimate EDC work knife. It is fantastic. Let's talk about the Benchmade Bugout. This is a controversial one. So this knife I really love. I like that it's lightweight. I do not mind that the scales flex at all. That does not bother me. The only thing I do not like about this knife is the pocket clip. I don't like the small pocket clip. The blade shape is perfect. Everything about this is perfect. And surprisingly, I dislike this knife more when you put aftermarket scales on it, because I just don't like the feeling of them. I have one Bugout with aftermarket scales. I'm not getting them again. And I had a titanium one that was really cool looking, and people thought I was crazy when I sold it, but I didn't like the feel of the scales. I actually like the feel of these better. I think just the rounding on them I enjoyed better than the squared off. But this one is an awesome little knife and super lightweight. And you can do a lot with it for it being so light. So not really much that I dislike about this other than the pocket clip. But I don't have any complaints about the weight or the scale flexing. The 940, this one is amazing. This is another one of those knives where I just can't complain. It's so good. I like that the blade is kind of stout and thick and not slicey. I really enjoy that. Yeah, there's not really much about this one that I don't like. I like the original version. I don't like the upgraded ones. I love the green with the purple, the OG. This one does have a custom stud on it, but that isn't because I didn't like the original one. I just put it on here just because I thought it looked nice. But the original stud is just fine as well. So not really much to complain about with the 940. This one's a classic. Mini Crooked River. This one is so cool. This one, let's see, is there anything I dislike about this? I don't think so. I think the blade shape is amazing. It's ergonomic. It's not too heavy. I really like this one, actually. I don't know if I have a single complaint. I might someday. I haven't used this a ton, so maybe one day I'll have more to say about it after I've used it a lot, but just from using it the little bit I have, no complaints so far. Alright, let's grab a really good one. The Mini Adamus from Benchmade. Alright, I do have a few complaints. This is one of my favorite EDC knives, but if you watched my testing, the coating was not durable. And I do love this look, but it's definitely like for the money if you're paying for this color configuration and you want the colors to stay like that. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer that the coating comes off so easily. So that's a complaint. The thumb studs are silly. They're silly looking. They don't feel too bad, I guess, but I just think they're ugly. I like everything else about it. I don't mind that it's a little hefty. That doesn't bother me at all. But yeah, basically just the coating and the thumb studs. Not too much to say about it otherwise. This one's really good. This one I tested for a month and it just killed it. I've got one last knife here. Ooh, a spider just came through. Emerson Mini Commander. There was a huge issue with this when I got it where the finger choil was very sharp and my hand didn't fit well with it, so I just took a Dremel and I Dremeled the finger choil off completely. So now it's better, but that was an aspect of the knife I didn't enjoy. Other than that, this one is pretty good. I haven't tested it yet, so again, another knife that I can't like fully say I love everything about. Like I said, the choil there was a no-go for me. Yeah, this one is pretty sweet for sure. And I have used this, it's just not one that I've tested. So I'm not saying... The ones where I don't really have complaints because I haven't used it, I have used it, it just hasn't gone through my month of testing. Like, I specifically do 1 month of testing with my knives, and some of them I just haven't gotten to. So that's why we're inconclusive with some things. But yeah, that's the collection. And let's see, what can we bring in to say goodbye to? I think this one is probably the most ideal one to say goodbye and please use your shit. Okay? Please use your shit. Thank you very much.